The Philippines are at a strategic inflection point. For decades, the country has been focusing on internal security, on counterinsurgencies, on peace processes, but now it is really focusing on the external dimension. It is rethinking its military priorities, and the attention is really shifting towards the outside. The Philippines is geographically positioned at a very important location. It connects the South China Sea with Taiwan and also the Pacific. And right now, different trends of the region are emerging: the US-China competition, then also the rise of middle powers, and lastly, conflict over maritime rights as in the South China Sea.
We consider part of the modernization of the Philippine military is really as a response to the circumstances that surround the situation around the South China Sea.
The Philippines is also an important claimant state in the South China Sea disputes that exist over reefs and shoals and maritime entitlements. The Philippines is also an ally of the United States since 1951, but its maritime dispute with China has been ongoing since the 1990s. There are also worries about confrontation between the US and China over Taiwan, and one of the key questions right now is uncertainty about the second Trump administration and to what extent the US is a reliable security guarantor. And at the same time, Manila has also been grappling with decades of internal conflict in the Philippine South, especially in the region of the Bangsamoro in Mindanao. Slowly but surely, things are moving ahead thanks to a peace process and a peace agreement. Now, in light of all of this, how does the Philippines respond to these different challenges? Well, first, it is trying to improve its defense and military capabilities. Under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Manila is really trying to increase its defense acquisitions. One challenge is a shift from counterinsurgency to external defense requires a change in mindset, which is still a work in progress. Secondly, the Philippines is also working with its partners. So far, the trajectory of the Philippines' relationship with President Trump is positive. But this relationship also puts emphasis on expanding the Philippine defense networks. So for that reason, we see that Manila cooperates and trains with militaries from Japan, Australia, and also other nations. And it really tries to diversify the ties that it has in the defense realm with as many partners as possible. So what should the Philippines do right now? Now, for one, it is really key that in order to avoid escalation, the Philippines needs to work on deterrence while also advancing diplomacy. The Philippines should focus on pursuing asymmetric capabilities and also undertake reforms of the Philippine military and also in the defense realm that could free up fiscal space to proceed with modernization. It should also keep Washington close, its oldest ally, while cooperating with regional countries. And that includes neighbors from ASEAN. But at the same time, it really must also maintain crisis channels with Beijing, because without them, the risk of miscalculation would only grow. The Philippines faces a really complex regional environment. As it works to protect its interests, including in regional peace and security, Manila will need to build credible defense capabilities while preserving space for negotiation and dialogue.